Fanjolas. So Franjola is just a play off of that.
I'm getting a Franjola tattoo later.
You should definitely get a Franjola tattoo. I wouldn't kill you, Alex, honestly. So back to what I wanted to say about pets, because Justin Bieber was in some hot water about getting these 2 cats. Now, when I was growing up, once again, I talk about this all the time. 70s, just different. It was just different. Things were just, there were no restrictions on things, and you got your cat or your dog. You didn't get them from breeders. You didn't get them from even like a rescue place. You got them from a shoebox,
like the neighbor
in front of the grocery store. Some other white trash neighbor of yours down the street, their shitty, dog went and fucked another shitty dog in the neighborhood, because there was no leashes or anything like that. You just let them run out of the house. Then you yelled for them to come back 8 hours later. And they would just roam the neighborhood. And so then they would have a litter of puppies in the garage, and then you would go scoop up these puppies, put them in a box, and you would take that box in front of, in my situation, was a King Cullen. That was our grocery store. King Cullen, still there in Ronkonkoma on Portion Road between Hawkins and Ronkonkoma Avenues, I believe. And you would just look in that box and see what the kid had. It would be a kid, snot-nosed kid, holding the box of puppies. And you go, oh, I'll take that one. And then you just take it out of the kid's box, and you put it in your car, and you go home. And then you raise it for the rest of your life. And then that was what. Now I know people I tell these stories sometimes to people, and they're like, "That couldn't be the way it was." I'm like, yeah, "That was the way."
That's the
way. I had dogs. I think I've mentioned this. I had dogs in my neighborhood that were on a chain to a pole their entire lives. In our neighbor, the Lytells, they had their dog. It seemed like he was in a perfectly fine mood. He was a husky, and this thing just sat chained to a pole for 20 years, and I'm not fucking around when I say that. He just walked around in circles thinking about that now, it's crazy that person would have been in jail for 25 years now for doing that, right? You can't just put a dog on a pole anymore.
Probably get a neighbor would knock on the door, and he'd open it, and the neighbor would just punch him. People love dogs.
But we were their neighbors, and we loved that dog. His name was a husky, and we would pet husky. We never thought about maybe we should let husky off this chain that he should. But he had a dog house, so he would stay in the dog house, come out.
How long
around.
Was the chain?
Oh, it was pretty long, so he could go around. It's not
like he was a tetherball.
And then they had another dog that was a house dog. They had a dog, the dog called, I don't know, Lolly. Lolly was their house dog, and this one was their chain dog. It was fucking weird.
Damn.
And then the other thing, now you have, I passed one when I drive here off the freeway. You can see this condo for dogs. It looks like a brand new W hotel. It's for dogs and pets for when people go on vacation. When we would go, when you went on vacation, and we never really took vacations, but if you did, you would basically chain your dog to the tree, put a bowl of water and a bowl of food, and you come back in 5 days. And of course the food was knocked over and the water was knocked over within the first 30 seconds of you leaving. And then the dog fended for herself.
But next time you go on vacation, that dog learns.
Well, now it's like, it's people are going to kill me for saying this, but that's just the way it was back then. You got dog out of a box, chained to a tree, everybody had a nice time. But now Justin Bieber can't even get to these giant cats because PETA's all over him, and that was his situation. And that's what's happening in the world,
How much are those cats? Do you know? Those cats
are $25,000.
And he got 2 of them.
Shit. He got 2. Yeah, I don't know if it was 2 for 25 or whatever, but that's a lot.
Man.
You know what you guys could all have now is you could get at your house. You can get 2 warblers, yellow-bellied songbird.
I actually have a yellow-bellied warbler in the car.
It's a Kirtland warbler.
I don't have the Kirkland. I have the name brand warbler in my car.
No, I thought it was Kirkland too. It's not Kirkland. It's Kirtland.
Oh, Kirtland.
Not with a K. It's not like the Costco brand.
I got a whole case of Kirkland warblers in the Prius.
You can get them by bulk at the Costco.
That's how good they're doing now. You can buy them in bulk.
They are. Don't get right next to it. They have the box of shit. Now I can't think of the name of the bird that ate it. The fucking brown. What was it called?
The brown-bellied warbler eater.
Brown-bellied warbler eater, whatever they have right now. Oh boy. Anyway, speaking of Costco, I go every now and again. I like to pop into IKEA, and I don't know if I've ever gotten to this point on this podcast, but I'm a little concerned about the section of IKEA where you have the food. and I like it. I like to go there. I'm sorry. Sometimes I go there just for the food. Like, I don't, no furniture. Because there's two entrances. You can go right to the market, the food market, or you can go up the escalator to the furniture.
To the entrance.
I turn right and go, I'm going to go right to the salmon and meatballs. Thank you very much. Here in Burbank, they got a pretty brand new IKEA.
How are the meatballs?
You know what? They're fantastic, Alex. They're Swedish meatballs because it's a Swedish company. Are you familiar with Swedish meatballs? And they put a little sauce over them. And then I think you get 8 with for a nice price, $4 or $5, and then you could add 4 more for $1. And who wouldn't do that?
Who wouldn't? Yeah, just do it.
That's just go ahead, throw 4 more. I'm doing pretty good.
It's IKEA, isn't it?
I'm doing pretty well for myself. Let's go ahead and throw 4 more on there, would you please? Thank you very much. So now what they're doing at the IKEA, which I think is very disturbing, is now everybody behind because you go with your tray down the thing. Everyone, we all know, we've all done it, and I know it's shameful at times when you're eating at IKEA, but you always eat it and you're like, you know what, it wasn't bad. They have like a steamed vegetable. They have it's fine. It's not the worst thing you could possibly do. But then you're also eating in a store where you buy furniture, which is strange as well.
Yeah.
There was an issue a couple of years ago. I don't know if it was in America, but in some of the IKEAs around the world, they found horse meat in some of the meatballs. And people were upset about that. And I was like, well,
if you've ever put together one of their tables, you'd probably expect that.
And exactly. I was like, well, we just bought meatballs in a furniture store.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sure, a little horse meat probably. And I honestly,
high in protein.
Honestly, what's the difference between horse meat and cow meat? Just the horses are cuter. That's it. Yeah. Basically, it's the only reason there's any difference. They're both nice farm animals.
Personally, I think cows are cuter. I think we should just exclusively eat horse from now on.
Alex, you might as well just fucking leave this country right now because you fucking just fucked up bad.
I'm done.
Yeah. Anyway, so to go back to, so now they have people with. They got the hairnet on, the hairnet on their head. They've always had that, and that's fine because that says, don't drop your hair into the meatballs
into the horse
and
meat.
Stuff. Yeah, into the horse meat. Now what they're doing is the strangest thing. I don't know if they do it at your IKEA if you've gone. They have the hairnet and they have a net now over their mouth, and they look like Hannibal Lecter. It's so strange. They have this full net face netting. And now what I'm more creeped out by seeing the face netting because here's what I never even thought about. Because they're asking everybody what they want as they go down the aisle. You want salmon, you want blah, blah, blah. Everybody's got a little spittle coming out. We just do. Everybody, just the way it just happens that way in life. Pop, 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 shit's popping out. So I guess every time this guy asks, do you want meatballs? Do you want salmon? Do you want meatloaf? Whatever they have. There's some shit popping out, and it's landing on everybody's stuff. And okay, I never thought about it. Never even crossed my mind until now. Now they see they got the protector on. I'm like, shit.
Can't even go to a Chipotle anymore.
Like now. Well, no, it's not Chipotle.
No, that's what I'm saying. Now you can't.
Because they don't do it. Yeah. I know. So that's the other thing you got to think about. Like,
just fast casual is ruined.
Because now everyone's talking over the shit. I guess I just never thought about so now IKEA, the fucking guy, Swedish guy, I think he was one of the richest men in the world, he decided to ruin everything for everybody because now everyone's chatting over the food. But nobody's got the face mask on. Nobody's got the Hannibal Lecter mask except the IKEA people.
He's going to start selling those things
Swedes,
too.
Man, they're on the cutting edge of all things clean and precise. With from they've always been a precise nation, and they continue it with their food service. So anyway, I highly recommend a little ice cream on the way out. It's $1. It's $1, like a straight dollar, which is I love anything is straight, like no tax, a fucking $1. You ice cream, $1. I don't know what it is, doesn't even taste anything like ice cream, but it's like sweet and white. So fuck it, I'll eat it, and I get one of those on the way out, and that's the way. There you go. That's IKEA. Just a quick wrap up we've now done several animal stories. We've done the bird story. We've done the horse meat story. So
meth gators. We had meth gators.
Yeah, but that was like on a past episode. I'm saying on this. We've done quite a few animal stories over the years. So now the Thai Zoo. I don't know if you've heard, but in Bangkok, a celebrity giant panda died suddenly last month. Maybe you've heard about the story. It was on loan from Thailand's Chiang Mai Zoo. And it died all of a sudden. They lent it to this zoo, and the thing just up and died. And millions of social media followers wanted to know what killed Chong Chong. That was the panda's name, Chong Chong. And everybody was like, wait a minute, we lent you our panda.
We loaned you a panda.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's not like giving people, like a Tupperware and then they don't return a Tupperware. This is a little bit different. Like a lot of times if you bring a covered dish to a party, you're not getting that back. Like you got we all have the one pain in the ass friend who keeps harping on you. Like, did you, by the way, are you finished with it? Because can you wash it and return it? Like, oh, we all know it's gone at that point. It's fucking gone. That's just the way the world.
How many casseroles do you make?
Yeah, it's gone. We've all, now the next party of your house, you get the pot, and it all just travels around. Nobody gives it back. It's like a pen. No, can I get my pen back? The pen you gave me 3 weeks ago, the pen, it's gone. It's in the pen fucking universe where all the pens go, and everybody just hands around the pen. You don't have your pen anymore. It's gone. Pen's gone. Well, anyway, this is what happened at Chung Chung. Chung Chung is like a pen. The one zoo gives Chung Chung to the other zoo. While Chung Chung's at the zoo, it dies. Now people are like, wait a minute, is this foul play? These zoos. But turns out on Tuesday they learned what it was. They did an autopsy on Chung Chung, and it turns out he had a heart attack. It was heart failure, according to a Chinese-assisted autopsy. The death of he was 19 years old. So as far as pandas go, I believe that's pretty old.
That's pretty old.
Yeah. So Chung Chung
did an autopsy on a 20-year-old panda.
so Chung Chung died of a heart attack. He had been on loan. Yeah. Oh, he was with his mate. Oh, so that's good. He was with his mate Lin Hu. So that's good. He didn't die alone,
no.
Which is nice. He had Lin Hu with him, and Chung Chung died, and that's sad. But
it's very rare for a celebrity to die with a loved one.
I wanted to clear it up that there was not any shady business going on between the Thailand Qingmao Zoo and the one in Bangkok. So he did die of a heart attack, Chung Chung, and so we wrap.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Chung Chung. You gave a lot of people a lot of joy for 18 years. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's what we can look at. We could say, hey. Pandas, here it is. Pandas generally live 14 to 20 years in the wild, but can live up to, so he did die young. They can live up to 30 years in captivity. He didn't. But that's like one panda, probably. Oh, here he is eating now I'm looking back at old pictures of Chung Chung, and it's a little sad.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, there he is, him and Lin Hu. They're eating their cake. They got a cake for their birthday.
That's why he died young, because you've been feeding animals cake.
Oh, I'm glad you, let's take, what, can we borrow your panda for a little while? Yeah, go ahead, Bar. Could you do us a favor now, not feed him cake? Sure, no problem. No problem. Hey, it's Chung Chung's birthday. Where's his cake? Oh, we gave him cake. He liked cake. No, but I think the other zoo said no cake. Who cares about other zoo? Other zoo too, they're too strict. Everyone know Chung Chung like cake. Give Chung Chung cake. Don't tell other zoo. All of a sudden, 10 minutes later, Chung Chung has a slice of cake, blows out the candles with Hung Mao, his lady friend, and he's dead. And they of course got to cover that up. Mm-hmm. What was the last thing he ate? Oh, he eat what eat? Carrot and
leaves
and leaves. Oh, leaves, yes.
Organic carrots.
Yeah, because I felt like it looked like. During the autopsy, it's like, look, we saw a little whipped cream around his mouth. Could that be true? No whipped cream. Maybe whipped cream on leaves, but never from what other people go past. Maybe they put whipped cream on leaves, but never whipped cream. No, why would we do such a thing? No, not for Hong Queen Ling Ling. What the fuck is his name?
Chung.
Not for Chung. No whipped cream. He died of heart attack. We're certain of it.
Sounds like gluten intolerance.
What I had to get in there was I wasn't quite finished with that story until I did my racist Asian voice. I just had to finish it up with that because this episode wasn't controversial enough with Alex wishing that all horses were meatballs. Remember the days of Barbie? Barbie, Mattel, Barbie dolls, everybody, we all know them, whether you played with them or not as a child. Of course, I didn't play with Barbies. We had a thing called G.I. Joe. I don't even know if they have G.I. Joe anymore. I don't think.
Sounds like toxic masculinity to me.
It probably was, looking back on it now, because he had a scar on his face. Looking back on it now, G.I. Joe was very
He came
gay.
with an assault rifle.
He was very gay looking.
Oh.
Like a manly gay, like a bear, I believe they call it. He had a shaved head. It was kind of a gay look that he had. I had another doll called what the hell was its name? It was like a knockoff of G.I. Joe, and it was called like Camper Jim or something. Oh. And he was real flaming looking. He had like a scarf
like
around
a
his
neckerchief.
Neck. He had a neckerchief on.